Friends, it's Saturday. Coming on to briefly respond to Mac Wynn, my good man from Chicago, and another guy who was somewhat critical of a vlog I did on the so-called Black Dragon Society, Count Dante. To the other gentleman, I was just wearing a t-shirt, and I don't recall that I said I was a member. I mean the Black Dragon Society. No disrespect. I guess there's a question as to the validity of the validness of the so-called con Dante. I think it's unquestionable that on many levels he was a brilliant con man. It's been said that his activities actually some people have called him the actual father of the mixed martial arts competition, because I think he set up some fights among guys of different styles. It's been said that he was a good, accomplished martial artist on his own, and then he kind of became this character, Count Dante. I don't know anything about the man that anybody doesn't know, except that it's intriguing, the whole idea. And Mac Wynn, my good man out of Chicago, has probably chronicled it is better than a lot of people, because he's a martial artist in the time. Fascinating. His associate was the second most deadliest man in the world. Deadliest man in the world. I think he got killed fighting. I think what Max said was the Green Dragon Society. Something was cool. Cool. Also, I was talking to him about another group that came out of Chicago that went nationwide, which was the School of under Iron Kim, champion of all Asia, said to be a cult. Very spooky. They were out of Chicago as well. And he made some extraordinary claims that were kind of nebulous, kind of strange, like champion of all Asia. How did he become champion of all Asia? Do they have a contest? And there's a famous, kind of infamous photo of him, and he's jumping off this building. He said, "This is impossible." He's practicing this thing, and he had been arrested for tax evasion, and he's now passed away. The group certainly is not what it was. Even now in the age of the internet, some people are joining that. What can I say? I don't want to get in trouble for libel or anything, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that he was not the greatest martial artist. In fact, I have had numerous discussions with an actual master out of Korea. And believe it or not, one of the most famous schools was the YMCA. Men who went into the military and different things. The Tiger Troops. This gentleman was invited by the Tiger Troops to fight alongside by Lyndon Johnson in Vietnam. So they were so good that's why the father of Tiger Woods named his son the great golfer Tiger, because they're legendary. Don't want to get much into who's the best or whatever. I've said that on this channel before, discussing whether or not Bruce Lee, if he fought Muhammad Ali, was like, those things are impossible. Because nobody has any idea who would win a contest between men who are very great in their different areas. Muhammad Ali, fantastic sportsman, boxer, and Bruce Lee, an incredible aesthetic. Literally the father of the legit kung fu movies. But as to if they met. It's as ridiculous as to say if Bruce would have got beat up by the stuntman guy played by Brad Pitt. Who knows? I really, yeah. It's impossible. It's impossible. If I had to put my name in the hat of who's one of the greatest fighters, I'd have to say Masoyama. Masoyama. Guy, of course, nobody, a lot of people don't appreciate the fact that he grabbed bulls and chopped their heads off. But I've got to say, given his size and strength, and uh, he's somewhere between a wrestler and a karate person. I mean, he met every challenge. There's a guy on YouTube that was a student that questions him. I don't really buy that. You see what he did. I think people have said that. Could Bruce take Masoyama and stuff like that? I mean, I'm going to go on the record. I don't exactly think so. Too huge. Too a lot more weight. It doesn't take away from Bruce Lee. Incredible. Well, of course, people compared Bruce Lee to Jet Li. I mean, they're both awesome. But Bruce Lee was way ahead of his time. Blah blah blah. Anyway, a lot better, a lot more knowledgeable people. I'm just going to contend that it's like saying, my uncle's a police officer and my other uncle was in the 82nd Airborne, or he was in the Special Forces, or he was in the Navy SEALs. Could they fight, whatever? I mean, the soldiers are trained for something, and the police are trained for another. If a soldier went to try to arrest a guy, it wouldn't go as well. And the policeman, you know, tends to go into that other way. It's the two can cross. It's just, again, it's like saying who would win in a fight, Tyrannosaurus Rex versus I don't know, King Kong or something. It's strange. But anyway, I totally digress. The Iron Kim also came out of Chicago. I think there's a book. I'll leave it in line. It's like Taming the Moo or Discovering the Moo. Guy from Chicago wrote about it, alleging that Iron Kim was a janitor and he got the idea from a fellow janitor to start a group. And given the ignorance of the West of the martial arts, I would contend that the traditional ones are all secret, and it really hasn't been very much exposed to people of the West that much. And there's a lot of cultural differences. And right now, it's changed into another thing. The MMA seems to be kind of like a CrossFit or incredible weight training thing or something different. Different. And that's dominated. No more. The traditional martial arts has gone away. Although I suspect now in the age of COVID, the contact, the super popular Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and some of those other cool styles where guys make contact probably isn't doing that good now. But anyway, anybody listened 8 minutes into this or waited for any information? Iron Kim, champion of all Asia. Everything I know about them, they are a cult. They use loaded language. Guys I knew from where I am never met Kim, and they joined up because a cool guy named Ray. He was on the posters. He was one of the big sellers. So I think different guys recruited other martial arts and became black belts under the Chung Lu Do organization, which then became Chung Lu Quan, Chung Lu Do, or Umo Do, or Mudo. The greatest forms known to man, and pictures of doesn't master look incredible, whatever. He didn't. It doesn't master look young. He looked old. And if you're happen to be still under that style in one of the many schools, just do yourself a favor and just check out another club, any other style, and find that other people also practice and study hard, and don't get into deluded that the secret forms. It's all. That's how you know in a cult. You won't pay any attention to anything. I'm sorry to hear the gentleman's passed on, but it wasn't in my what I knew of it was bad business. And I talked to legitimate senior people from Korea. They said they didn't know the guy. Furthermore, they said if somebody from there pulled the stunt and said they were champion all of Asia, the best, they'd be dealing with gangster schools and other schools, and they would have easily dispatched with the guy. Now, interesting enough, the character Chun from Remo Williams, which Remo Williams I think was partially the mythos of John Woo Do, John Woo Kwon, whatever, the Super Master. I think that area where he claimed he was from was an interesting area to be involved in martial arts because it was high up in the north of the Korean area. Apparently, there were some legendary masters and very, very unique styles. I mean, I digress, but anybody can see that there's real and fake, and I agree that people can build up a lot of chi energy and everything, but we've all seen the debunking sites, very hilarious of guys, with their palm, and scattering people from far away, or certain teachers jumping the shark, because the line between legitimate fantastic skills that people develop and complete nonsense is thin. So, which that bodes well for people involved in MMA, because that's put up or shut up type of thing. But you get over 30, over 40, over 50. What are you going to do? Get tattoos and take steroids and train like those guys? So traditional martial arts is better for certain people, no doubt about it. It provides a uniform, a culture, a discipline, and I don't really like the idea that that's going away. It's just sort of a shame because of the immense popularity of the ultimate fighting and all that stuff. But I'm going to leave in the liner notes a link to Mac out of Chicago, cool guy who vlogged very decently on the Count Dante saga. What do they? Another guy actually mentioned John Ludo that was in it and Count Dante. And the only thing in common was they were both guys who were really over the top. You know, with this super master. Yeah. Well, that's all I got now. I'm going to do a part 2 on this just like Matt did. Sorry, I digressed. If you think Iron Kiln is the champion of all Asia, give me a shout. If you think Count Dante was all for real and the Black Dragon Society is, all real, I think I've heard that there's something legitimate about them, that they practice certain style. I don't know. I certainly got the T-shirt. The T-shirt's awesome. I mean no disrespect. I'll check with you guys later. Ciao.